Reading a binary file with Python. I find particularly difficult reading binary file with Python. Can you give me a hand? I need to read this file, which in Fortran 90 is easily read by. In detail, the file format is How can I read this with Python? I tried everything but it never worked. Is there any chance I might use AF90 program in Python, reading this binary file and then save the data that I need to use?
Read the binary file content like this. Then unpack binary data using struct.unpack. The start bytes, struct.unpack, III, file content, column 20. The body, ignore the heading bytes and the trailing byte, equals 24, the remaining part forms the body. To know the number of bytes in the body, do an integer division by 4, the obtained quotient is multiplied by the string I to create the correct format for the unpack method. The end byte, struct.unpack, I, file content, -4 column.
To read a binary file to a bytes object. To create an int from bytes 0 to 3 of the data. To unpack multiple ints from the data. Pathlib. int.from_bytes. Struct.
In general, I would recommend that you look into using Python's struct module for this. It's standard with Python, and it should be easy to translate your question's specification into a formatting string suitable for struct.unpack. Do note that if there's invisible padding between slash around the fields, you will need to figure that out and include it in the unpack call, or you will read the wrong bits. Reading the contents of the file in order to have something to unpack is pretty trivial. This unpacks the first 2 fields, assuming they start at the very beginning of the file, no padding or extraneous data, and also assuming native byte order, the @ symbol. The is in the formatting string mean and signed integer, 32 bits.
You could use number py.fromFile, which can read data from both text and binary files. You would first construct a data type, which represents your file format, using number py.type, and then read this type from file using number py.fromFile. I too found Python lacking when it comes to reading and writing binary files, so I wrote a small module for Python 3.6+. With binary file you do something like this, I'm guessing, since I don't know Fortran. Which produces an output like this. I used skip to skip the additional data Fortran adds, but you may want to add a utility to handle Fortran records properly instead. If you do, a pull request would be welcome.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.